Hatred is like the hunger of a man who hasn't eaten in days. Ignore it and it grows stronger, more painful, until eventually it consumes him. If you suppress it, pretend it isn't there, distract yourself from it, it doesn't disappear. It builds pressure and eventually it will devour you from the inside. But realize this, hatred is not just destructive, it is energy, raw energy, volatile energy, and like any powerful force, it can destroy you or it can fuel transformation. How many men ruin their lives is because they don't know what to do with anger. They drink, they fight, they spiral into chaos, they destroy relationships, they destroy themselves. Not because they are crazy, but because uncontrolled energy always becomes destructive. Here's a biological reality. Anger triggers adrenaline. Your body increases its heart rate, your focus sharpens, your body prepares for action. Anger literally primes the human body for effort and confrontation, which means when channeled correctly, it becomes one of the most powerful fuels for greatness. You can channel that energy into brutal workouts, into relentless work, into building something so strong that the world cannot ignore you. But the key is direction. Energy without direction becomes chaos. Energy with direction becomes power. Frederick Douglass understood how to weaponize anger. Douglass was born into slavery. He grew up in a system designed to destroy him. He was denied education, denied freedom, denied dignity. But one day, Douglass applied game. His slaver's wife began teaching Douglass how to read. And when the enslaver discovered this, he immediately stopped it. And then he said something revealing. He said if a slave learned to read, he would become impossible to control. This moment changed Douglass forever. Because Douglass realized something powerful. Education was the key to freedom. And the anger he felt towards this situation became fuel. So Douglass began secretly teaching himself. He studied letters, he traded bread with poor white children in exchange for reading lessons. He read newspapers, books, anything he could get his hands on. The rage he felt towards injustice became discipline. The anger that could have destroyed him instead built his mind, and eventually that mind made him one of the most powerful abolitionists in history. A man who could command rooms with speech, a man who could influence political leaders, a man who helped reshape history itself. Now think about that. The same hatred which destroys so many became the engine that built his greatness. Not because he suppressed it, but because he directed it. Think, what anger do you carry? What frustrations? What betrayals? Who doubted you? Because that energy is sitting inside of you like fuel, waiting for ignition. You can waste it through bitterness, through distraction, through self-destruction, or you can convert it into discipline, into work, into training, into building something formidable. Hatred like anger must be fed, but the disciplined man feeds it purpose. Because when anger is controlled, when it is directed, when it is turned into relentless action, it stops being a weakness and becomes one of the most powerful forces for transformation a man can possess. Do not be deceived.